Yeah. Um, Hello guys. I realized something out of like the past days. I realized that Netflix has the most well-developed and unique cartoons than any of its competitors in the medium, like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. And I know that Netflix hasn't treated animation well like in these recent years. It's a crime that they do. Like Netflix has some of my favorite cartoons of all time, like shows like Hilda, the recently canceled Inside Job, and you all know the Midnight Gospel, which I think is like in my top three favorite cartoons on Netflix. Because to Netflix, saying like with those shows, they stick out to me above above the rest of the medium, and the show I'm going to be talking about today is a prime example of that. So welcome back to another review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Netflix cartoon Tear Along the Dotted Line. Alright, so basic summary before I start. This show is about this guy named Zero Calcare, I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's a guy in Rome who reflects on his past life, and we start to see, like, it basically, well, it's really hard to see, how the show is because he reflects on his past life while going to this particular point, let's say a finish line, kind of like that. And the process throughout that show is very troubling. You start to see how Zero acts, his insecurities, and his relationships with his friends, family, and especially with this girl named Alex. Basically, in a nutshell, the character is that the show is just a one big character study of this one guy, kind of like BoJack Horseman, if you guys ever watched that, which by the way the show gets very unfairly compared to. But the thing that sets it apart is that it's shorter, it's more fast paced, and it gets to the point of what it's trying to say. I'm not gonna go too deep from the premise because I want you to actually enjoy the characters and get well invested in the characters. But the one thing I am going to spoil is the main twist at the end. So I'm gonna just give you 3 seconds for spoilers, and yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Okay, so the twist at the end, I assume you've watched the show by now, and if you haven't, go watch it, please. It's really good. The ending twist really hits hard. So the ending at the show is that Alex Zero's crush committed suicide, and it's such a sad realization to come to when we get like to know her throughout this entire show. Even though the twist, I thought the twist was, I was just wondering I mean, what? Well, it wasn't. I was gonna say the twist was kind of obvious, but throughout the whole show, it wasn't really obvious for me. But then but it's like the scene before it happens, you kind of get a wink wink, nudge nudge to the actual twist. But but when it happens, it's very immense and it hits you in the feels with the main message of the show. And the main message of the show is the strongest and the most important characteristic of this show. So the show's title, Tear Along the Dotted Line, is a metaphor for that message, depicting life as a dotted line, and that dotted line is a roadmap of fate or life. Then cutting or tearing that line is basically life throwing curveballs at you and contributes by the message by and want and or you not wanting and your life not shaping out of how you want it to be, or you or him not wanting to change his ways. This contributes to the message by having Zero not like not wanting to feel pain or learning that he isn't the center of the universe. It's a powerful message to have, and it's a hard one for people to swallow. And that's why I think the show is so unique amongst the others. The message sticks to you. It opens your mind, and more importantly, it makes you think of your own life to fix. Yeah, so it's a it's a really big message, and yeah, that's why it's most unique. Like other than that, that's like the only thing I can come up with. That's like there's not really much to talk. I mean, well, okay, getting it straight. There's not that much to talk about besides the message, but like there's some other things that makes the show like stick together. You know, like the humor. The humor I thought was pretty dry for me. Like I didn't really like the humor. Like it's like right up my alley, but I think the delivery is too like dry for me. And sometimes where they show some obscure like joke, like only Italians get. Like I remember, I think it was in the second episode where he like talked about like a bombing of like a highway or something. Yeah, but some of the jokes like only like I think Italians would get. Yeah, like some of the jokes I think like are so obscure like only the Italians like get. Other than that, I think that's it for the show. Like it's a really good show with it's really good show with great characters you can get attached to and emotionally invested in. A great like a message that can probably change your life, kind of like BoJack, but which that review is actually like coming soon. Um, yeah, it's just like that's it. It's just a good show. I would rate it 7.8 out of I mean fuck no, a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Alright, see you guys.